a liquor cooler, man, I hang with shooters. Yo, MC and me got that ice, but man, my neck is cooler.
And he swear he got them bands, that nigga a loser. And I'm rocking Gucci.
Hey, what is up YouTube? It is showtime and I am back with another video. Now in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to hedge in NBA 2K21 current gen. Now before we get started, I would like to ask that you guys please do like, comment, and subscribe. It is very much greatly appreciated when you guys do those three things. It will help me and my channel grow a whole lot. So I really do appreciate when you guys do those things. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you've been here from day one, you are very much appreciated. You know, these just these few days I've been thinking about all the support that I've been getting and how fast this channel has been growing. So a big shout out to you guys. I am very appreciative of all of the love and the support that you guys are constantly giving. We are growing insanely fast. With all of that being said, we can get straight into today's video. Now this is a updated version. I do have a video very similar to this, but it is very old. I thought, why not give you guys an updated version? I always have new tips, new methods on you guys becoming better centers overall, so I thought, why not post an updated version to the old one? So this will have new tricks, new tips, new methods on how you guys can start setting or start playing a lot better defense and learn how to hedge a lot better. So before we get started, the first thing I want you guys to really do before you guys actually start hedging is to really understand what a hedge is. Now what I want to do is kind of break it down, just give you a quick definition in layman terms, meaning terms that you guys probably will best understand, easy to understand, of what a hedge is. So a hedge is basically a fake switch. It is a defensive strategy used to kind of like offset the opposing score on your team. So what I'll do is I will have a clip going on and show you guys exactly what a hedge is. So based on the clip that's going on, you guys will probably see it. Me and my guard, for example, Stage Slime that I'm playing with, shout out to him, we are playing twos, rush 2v2. We are playing defense and the offense is doing what it does best, which is score. So Stage Slime has to guard the opposing guard, but it's going to be much harder to do so because there is someone setting a screen, someone setting a pick. It is a lot harder to play defense on someone when someone is setting brick wall screens or screens in general, because they're in the way of that person trying to play defense of the opposing scorer. So my job as a center is to kind of step up, and if my guard gets hit by a hard screen, I have to step up and play defense for him. He isn't able to play the best defense because he's getting hit by screens. So it is my job as a center to kind of step up, take his role for a second, and then quickly return back to what I'm doing and drop back down to the paint. So once again, I will have a clip of exactly what a hedge is. I hope the definition that I gave was good enough. And with that being said, now that you guys truly understand what a hedge is, we can get into some tips and methods so you guys can actually better the way that you guys hedge. So now that you guys understand what a hedge is and how to hedge, my first tip to you guys is to never hold the L2 button while you guys are hedging. Now what the L2 button is, it is the intense defense button. When you are holding on to the L2 trigger button, it will put you in a intensive defensive stance, like you're ready to play defense. Now the reason why you cannot use this stance while hedging if you are a center is because you are slower than everybody else on the court. You are a power forward, center, you are a big man. You will obviously have less speed than a point guard that is a lockdown, or a point guard like Stage Slime, for example, dribbling. You will have less speed than those people. So if you want to be able to keep up with other people who have 99 speed and are doing what Stage Slime is doing, as you guys can probably see on screen, you cannot be using the L2. It will slow you down. It will put you in a hard defensive stance and you will not be able to keep up with them. Now the only way you guys can keep up with these type of dribble gods is by not using the L2 intensive defensive button at all. You guys have a freelance running mode. You guys will be able to run a lot faster and keep up with people who are dribbling crazy and doing extreme things very fast. So that is my very first tip. It is the most important tip. Please guys, if you guys are hedging, or to be honest, playing any form of any perimeter defense as a big man center, never ever hold your L2 button. It will only make you weaker, slower, and you will not be able to keep up with the competition. Now another very important tip that I have for you guys trying to hedge a lot better is to just keep in mind your speed rating. So for example, on the other account that I did have that is permanently banned, the center build that I was using was a day one center build. It was actually the 274 6'8" big man build. I was using the balanced physical chart, meaning I didn't have a lot of speed. So on that build, it was almost near next to impossible for me to hedge great. I have to try and keep up with guards that have a 99 speed and a high 3-point rating and dead eye, so that even if I close out, I still won't get the contest. Like builds like that, it's going to be a lot harder to hedge because I have such a low speed. So keep in mind your speed rating. Builds like the 190 blah, the one I'm using now, which is the 274 speed vert, so I have a much higher speed so I can keep up with people off the hedge. Those are the builds that will exceed on defense because they're a lot faster. That's why you guys see a lot of the prime builds that are being used in today's game are faster builds. The faster the build, the better. So definitely keep in mind your speed rating. Pay attention to that. It will play a huge factor on how good you'll be able to hedge. So the main builds that I definitely recommend if you're playing threes in stage is probably the blah build or the one I'm using now. Once again, just keep your speed in mind. Another very quick and important tip on when you guys are hedging is to just watch your badge setup. Like there's a few badges that will obviously kind of like enhance your hedge game. Now some centers use clamps. Now I can understand why. Personally, I don't. Honestly, I think I've honestly mastered the art of guarding guards. Some people have trouble, like they really have trouble on a switch. So say for example, you have to switch because the guard that you're playing with got hit by a huge screen, so you have to switch and you have to play defense on a guard with a 99 speed. Some people really do struggle with that, so they use clamps, which by all means use it if you really need to. I've kind of mastered the art of guarding faster guards than me without clamps. I just play without L2. Back to the first tip that I give you, I've honestly kind of got that pat down. But honestly, if you feel like you need clamps to hedge, go ahead. Like it's always great. You always have some extra badges. Use what's best for you. You guys don't have to copy what all these YouTubers are doing. If clamps helps you on your hedge or your switch game, use it. Another very important badge to have when you guys want to hedge is Intimidator. Intimidator, it helps you guys intimidate people into taking bad shots. So hedging is literally almost a definition of like Intimidator. So you guys just kind of want to fake the switch. Intimidator will help you get that quick contest even if you're not pressing L2. I noticed that sometimes my Intimidator badge will trigger whether I'm pressing L2 or not. That's why I feel like I have such great defense off the ball and I'm able to kind of hedge better. So use Intimidator. Personally, I use it on gold. I'm probably going to go back to Hall of Fame because recently these guards have really been frying me. Like they've been cooking. I've been having to hedge a lot harder and a lot better. So I'm probably going to revert back to Intimidator Hall of Fame. But just keep in mind what badges you are using, and if you feel you need certain badges to exceed, or I should say succeed, when you guys are hedging, feel free to use clamps, intimidators, etc, etc. Now my last and final tip for you guys on trying to hedge a lot better in NBA 2K21 is communication. This is probably the most underrated tip right here, but it's probably the most useful one. You guys have to be able to communicate with your lock on when you need to hedge. So some of the best locks in the world, they still need their center to hedge. It's not about being the best lock. Screens will hit. If you run into me, for example, a 274 all red paint beast, right, with brick wall Hall of Fame and 274 pounds worth of screens, you're gonna find trouble in getting around screens as a lock. Sometimes there are some locks who really do not need a hedge. Like there's some of these guys that are really out here crumbling with, like, big shout out to you guys, but there's a lot of you guys, more than not often, you guys need a hedge. So communicate with your lock, communicate when you need a hedge, how you'll need to hedge, and all that good stuff. Communication is probably the biggest key, the biggest pointer, the biggest piece of advice I can give you guys on ultimately just becoming a better center and to better your hedge game. Now that is all for today's video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video on how you guys can hedge a lot better in NBA 2K21 current gen. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys are getting notifications every and anytime I post. You guys are very much appreciated. Really do appreciate all you guys who have been supporting me. 13,000 subscribers on the way. And with all that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Okay, bye.